Hello everyone, I hope you're doing great. This is Arel Murmu, the jilted cyborg, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you the summary of a very interesting short story by a very interesting author, Birthday Girl by Haruki Murakami. And I'll also explain to you the ending of the story, so stay tuned with me. Birthday Girl is a short story written by Haruki Murakami and was translated from Japanese by J. Rubin. Birthday Girl was first published in Harper's Magazine in 2003 in English, and we can also find it in the book Blind Willow's Sleeping Woman by Murakami. And you'd ask me what's so special about this story. So, I recently reread Birthday Girl in the standalone Havel section published in 2019 to celebrate the author's 70th birthday. And that is when I realized that how beautifully Murakami stories are written. So that simply brought the story to my notice. So let's get straight into the summary. Birthday Girl is written in a frame narrative style. A frame story, a frame tale, a frame. The narrative is a literary technique that means, in simple words, a story within a story. The frame story leads to readers from a first story into another story or more stories within it. And in this story, Birthday Girl, we have a frame story and one follow-up story. In the frame story, a married woman recounts to the narrator what happened on her 20th birthday. The woman tells that she was working as a part-time waitress in an Italian restaurant in Roppongi district of Tokyo. On the day of her 20th birthday, she spent the day working overtime because the other part-time waitress called in sick at the last minute. And the woman, or let's call her the birthday girl, was not all that disappointed working overtime because she was not doing anything special that day. Because she had had a big argument with her boyfriend who was supposed to be with her that night. The seclusive owner of the restaurant, who lives on the 6th floor, gets his food delivered to him room service style by the manager of the restaurant every night at 8 p.m. But that night, the night of the girl's birthday, the manager suddenly falls ill while at work, so the girl is delegated the responsibility of bringing the owner his food. The girl knocks on the door that evening and finds an elderly man at the door. She explains to him about the situation of the manager getting sick and her bringing the food. Then she asks him if she should bring his meal into his room, and he says, "Yes, of course, if you wish." The girl finds that really strange. But anyways, wheels in the trolley, she arranges his meal on a table and says, "If you would be kind enough to set the dishes in the hall as usual, sir, I'll come to pick." Her polite words impresses him and he replies, "Oh yes, of course, I'll put them in the hall on the trolley, if you wish." After that, she starts going back to work, but he stops her and asks for 5 minutes of her time. She agrees. He asks how old she is and she responds that she is 20 now, indirectly telling him that today is her birthday. He wishes her happy birthday and then he says that since it's her birthday and on top of that she's been so kind to him, he would like to give her a gift. The girl refuses again and again, but he says that he can grant her one wish. So even after being skeptical, she makes a wish and leaves the room and never meets the owner again. And back again to the frame story, the narrator asks if her wish came true and if she ever regretted her choice of what she wished for. Would she have wished for something else now looking back? She says that time will determine if her wish came true, and semi-deflects the second question by asking the narrator what he or she would have wished for if he or she was in the woman's place. The narrator is unsure and says I can't think of anything. And the woman replies, that is because you have already made your wish. And the story ends in a cliffhanger, and like all the Murakami stories, the ending is open-ended. We cannot guess what is going to happen next or what just happened. It becomes a little difficult to understand Murakami stories. There can be numerous possibilities, and while you think of the story, you are going to cook up your own story. Trust me, you really are. So to explain the ending, we will move forward by answering some frequently asked questions about this story. Why 20th birthday? What's so special about 20th birthday? 20th birthday is way more special than many other birthdays in Japan. Because in Japan, the age of majority was 20. Age of majority is the age that children become adults by law. For example, age of majority is 18 in India and the US. At the time Birthday Girl was written, the age of majority in Japan was 20, and only recently in 2018 the age of majority was lowered to 18 in Japan. Who was the narrator? Was the narrator her husband? First of all, I don't think that the narrator was a husband, because when asked about any regrets regarding the wish, the birthday girl gives small details about her life. Like, I'm married to a CPA, 3 years older than me, I have 2 children, we have a dog, I drive Audi, I play tennis with my girlfriends twice a week. And the narrator replies, sounds pretty good to me. And this tone here tells us that it's not someone as close as a spouse. And I think that either it's number 1, just a random acquaintance, or number 2, which I strongly believe, is a close friend meeting after a long time. And I believe this because he or she, the narrator, contemplates at one point. She was not the sort of person to invent some goofy story out of thin air. So, the narrator was already aware of the woman's personality, and the gender of the narrator is also not clearly given, so it is purely up to the readers. What was the wish? The wish was that she doesn't want to make any wish. Yes, that is what she wishes, not to make a wish, and that is because she did not want to redirect her life with a wish. She wanted her life to be unpredictable. We can clearly see the birthday girl saying, of course I would like to be prettier or smarter or rich, but I really can't imagine what would happen to me if any of those things came true. There might be more than I could handle. I still don't really know what life is all about. I don't know how it works. And further in the story, she tells the narrator that no matter what they wish for, no matter how far they go, people can never be anything but themselves. Did the birthday girl have any regrets with her choice of wish? She doesn't give any clear answer to this question, and she goes on giving an overview of her life about husband, children, and Audi and all that. And also before telling this, the narrator describes the expression on the woman's face in sad undertones, like the eyes seem to lack any depth, the desiccated shadow of smile, and harsh sense of resignation. So it is difficult to guess whether she has any regrets or not. Is she actually happy? So again, this is open-ended. Whether happy or not, she has accepted her life the way it is, because no matter what they wish for, people can never be anything but themselves. Her wish was granted after not making any specific wish, and towards the end, when even the narrator cannot think of any wish, she affirms that this is what she had wished and this is what gets granted. And now, ending the explanation, the message is that no matter what they wish for, people can never be anything but themselves. There are many elements in the story that are open to any interpretation, and this is the unpredictability she wanted, and even supports the narrator when he or she doesn't make a wish, so that tells us that she finds her wish valid. No matter whether it brings happiness or sadness, she wouldn't have had the wish any other way than unpredictable. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and also comment in the comment section what do you think about this, and also share this with your friends, and also please subscribe to my channel. That will be really helpful. Thank you, and we'll meet in the next one. Bye.